Okay, we're back for step 2 of this problem involving smoke detectors in the city. So we have our hypotheses statements, but now what we want to do is we want to check the conditions to ensure that it's okay to use the normal model. So I've kind of put the conditions out here. So the random sample condition, the random sample condition is satisfied because they tell us it was random, right? Somewhere. Randomly selected. Okay, so that's what you want to do. You just check that. So we can say something like we have a random sample of 400 homes. And that's really all we need there. Okay, so we check that off. Let's see. Now for the 10% condition, we could say 400 homes is less than 10% of all homes in the city, providing the city has more than 4,000 homes. Something like that. Okay, don't want to get too rigorous, but sometimes it's sort of good to state the assumption that you're making. Don't just say, oh yeah, sure, it's less than 10%. At least make an assumption. Okay, now the success failure condition. This one I want to talk about a little bit. So throughout this test, the thing that you have to remember is that the null hypotheses, implies the model. So the model and the null hypotheses are basically the same thing. That's the theory. Okay, so what we do is we just follow through with this assumption that P is equal to 90%, and we see if that leads to a contradiction. If it does, then we can reject the null hypotheses. So having said that, it's important to, when you check the conditions, we're going to look at N times P, okay, not P hat. So that's going to be 400 times 0.90, and what is that? That's going to be something like 360. So that's greater than or equal to 10. All right, and then we do NQ, so that's Q. So that's going to be 400 times 0.10. So that's 40. Okay, greater than equal to 10. So both the expected number of successes and the expected number of failures are greater than 10. So the sample is large enough. Okay, so now we're basically, the conditions are satisfied, but we need to state that in what I call a transition statement. Okay, so we're going to say the conditions are satisfied. Okay, so we can proceed with a normal model of the sampling distribution of the proportion of homes in the city. Something to that effect. That's just basically saying that now we know that it's valid to use the normal model. Okay, so check video 3 to see what comes next.